All right, here we go. So our Instagram Live isn't working, so we're gonna just record this and post it. And if you have any questions, please email us or text us and we will get with you. So sorry about that. I'm not sure what is wrong. But hi, my name is Brooklyn. This is Haley. I'm the owner of the studio. She's one of our studio directors. And we're just gonna chat with you guys about about the information that you'll need to know for company and crew auditions.
Yeah, so welcome. Thanks for being here. Today we'll hopefully just give you the majority of the information you need, but as Brooklyn mentioned, we will have time for a Q&A after for those of you who can join us live, and then if you're watching on Instagram, sorry, technology, we'll get you sorted out once you just let us know what your questions are. You can follow along with all of this information on our website, prodigydanceacademy.com. And under there is just information regarding our auditions. So company auditions are going to be June 15th and 16th. For students ages 4 to 6, those times will be 9 to 10. 6 to 9 will be from 10 to 11:30, 9 to 12 from 11:30 to 1, and then anyone 12 and up will be from 2 to 3:30. How this will work is on Monday, students will come to the class, they will learn a dance combo and an across the floor combo, and then on Tuesday they will come back. They will do both combinations, and then we might also ask for them to just demonstrate some skills, specifically if you're newer to our studio or potentially might be moving up, we might need to see certain skills to help better understand your placement. As far as crew, it follows a very similar structure, but it'll be on the 17th and 18th. So ages 8 to 11 will come from 12:30 to 2, and 12 and up will be from 2 to 3:30. So again, similar structure. On Wednesday, students will come in, they will learn their dance combo, and then on Thursday they'll come in, run the combo, and again, possibly might be asked to demo some skills. Right now, registration for both auditions for crew and for companies are open. Just some housekeeping business. In order to register for auditions, you have to have a zero balance on your account. So it'll tell you when you go to register if you do owe any money, it'll stop you. So it'll be really easy to understand. If you are going to be out of town during auditions, but you really want to make sure that your dancer is auditioning, we understand. So what we're going to ask is that you do register for auditions like you normally would, and then you will submit an absence for the day or days that your student will be gone. In there, please give a detailed message about where you're, not necessarily where you're going, but like why your student will be gone, and we will arrange a time to do an evaluation at a separate time. For the actual auditions themselves, we expect all of our dancers to wear dance wear. Any color, we aren't going to be that picky, but hair please pulled back so we can see faces. Also, if you're auditioning for crew, please make sure you're wearing clean street shoes. Ideally not having been walked around outside all day because it can ruin our floors, so just make sure they're really clean. And then we also record auditions, and we do this so that we do not have to do callbacks of any kind. It allows all of our instructors to just go back and review all of the footage from the day. And then results are emailed out by July 1st. As soon as results are emailed to you, you will be able to register for your classes in the fall.
Yes, Kate, next I'm gonna go over just a breakdown of our companies and crews and what is expected in them. This year we're really excited to introduce a prep company for dancers ages 4 to 6. In this company, these will be for our youngest dancers. They will learn one routine to take to 3 competitions. So they will just not attend the St. George competition that we attend. And the co-requisite classes that they are going to be required to take is tumbling, a ballet class, and a technique class. So those dancers will take 4 classes. For dancers who are placed into our bronze, silver, or gold company, they will take 5 hours of class every week. They'll have their choreography class, and then the co-requisite classes for those companies are tumbling, rec ballet, strength and flexibility, and jazz technique. And then for dancers placed into those companies and these ones will learn 2 routines to take to 4 competitions. And then dancers placed in our titanium company, diamond, emerald, sapphire, crystal, or platinum company, they'll have 7.5 hours of classes each week. Again, they'll learn 2 routines to take to 4 competitions. And they will have to take tumbling, rec ballet, company ballet, jazz technique, turns and leaps, strength and flexibility, and then their choreography class. For dancers who are either looking for only crew or crew in addition to companies, if you are strictly wanting to be a part of crew, you'll have 2 hours of class. You'll have tumbling and your choreography class. And then if you're wanting to do crew in addition to a company, the only add-on is the choreography class for crew. And just to give you a price breakdown of all of those, for our prep company, the monthly tuition is going to be $152 for those 4 hours of class. For bronze, silver, and gold, the tuition is $190 a month for 5 hours of class. And then for our, let me go back a page, titanium, diamond, emerald, sapphire, crystal, or platinum companies, that is 7.5 hours of week, or 7.5 hours of class a week, and that's $285 a month. And then if you are doing only crew, it's $80 a month, and if you're doing crew in addition to a company, it's just an additional $40 tacked on to that monthly tuition cost. Dancers are welcome to take more than those required classes. When you receive the email of what team you are placed onto, it will explain how you are able to take more classes, but you are welcome to take more than what is required.
Yes. So some expectations for our dancers in companies and crew. First is if you do not withdraw from classes prior to the first day of the season, which is September, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the Tuesday after Labor Day.
Thanks. I just started second guessing myself. So if you do not withdraw from classes prior to that first day of classes, we are moving forward with the understanding that you and your dancer are committed to the entire season. We have a company contract with guidelines fully outlined. We expect that to be signed and returned by the first day of classes. However,
it's a date that's set in the email, so
never mind. Sorry, that changed. However, like I said, if we don't get it signed back, but you are still enrolled in classes on that first day, the expectation is that you are going to abide by those rules outlined in the contract. Speaking of the contract, please thoroughly read this. I would recommend you read this with your dancer so that everyone is on the same page with what is expected. This includes, but is not limited to, attendance, specifically leading up to competitions or performances, behavior, etc. It's really important that as a parent, as a dancer, you understand these rules. After tryouts, the contract will be posted under the shared files on the parent portal. It will also be emailed to you.
Yes. For competitions, as I kind of was mentioning for each company, we do attend 4 competitions. With the exception of the prep company, they only attend 3. We say that 3 are local within an hour of the studio, and then we always attend a St. George competition, which is always so much fun for the kids and the families to travel together, go escape the cold, and it's one of our favorites. So just know that we will go to 4 with the exception of the prep company. Most competitions don't have their dates posted until end of summer, beginning of fall. So we don't know the dates or the locations of our competitions, but those will be finalized by October 5th, so you'll have ample time to plan for the spring.
One thing, if you're a returning parent, one thing that is new for this year is we are requiring all company and crew dancers to take at least 2 classes this summer leading up to our season in the fall and spring. We are just asking that you be registered for those 2 classes by the first day of auditions. If you're worried about vacations and traveling, we fully understand that this is summer and oftentimes people have plans in place. Please email the studio. We are more than happy to arrange a makeup class or, find a schedule that works, but that is a new requirement to take at least 2 classes this summer. Registration for next season will open on July 1st. Once you are placed into your company, make sure you register for your classes to ensure you get the classes you want. As Brooklyn mentioned earlier, there's the required classes, the prerequisite classes for all of our company and crew. However, certain classes do fill up very quickly, specifically some of our rec ballet classes, which are required. So make sure you are signing up on time.
Yes, and then we just wanted to kind of give a price breakdown of everything that is included throughout the year. So when we go to register, there's a registration fee that is either $45 for a dancer or $70 for a family. As we kind of already said, monthly tuition depends on what company you're placed into. So it's either going to be, this is for companies, $152 a month for the prep company, $190 a month for bronze, silver, gold, or $285 for titanium, diamond, emerald, platinum, sapphire, crystal, and platinum. If you're doing crew only, it's $80 a month. If you're doing crew in addition to your company, it's just an additional $40 to the monthly tuition. Competition fees, like we said,
Going back really quickly, company pricing is excluded from multi-class or sibling discounts.
Yes.
Just want to make sure that that's clear.
Yes. Like we said, competitions usually don't have their pricing or locations or dates finalized until fall. But to give you an idea of what dancers paid this season so you can kind of plan, it's usually about $35 per routine. And with the exception of the prep company, everyone has 2 routines. Prep and crews only have 1 routine, and then companies have 2. So if you were on a company that competed 2 routines last year, it was $294 for competition fees. For a prep team and crews, it was $147 for all 4 competitions. And if you did company in addition to crew, it was $441 for all 4 competition fees. If you do a solo, duo, or trio, those prices will increase. So yeah, just so you can kind of plan. That's not going to be exact, but a good estimate for you. We do require all of our dancers to have company jackets, and we get new jackets every other year. So this is a year that everyone will have to be purchasing a new jacket. We don't have the finalized cost for that yet. It will be finalized by September 15th, and then you'll have from September 15th to October 15th to purchase that. It will not exceed $100. We try to be as cost conscious as possible, and that's why we do keep it around for 2 years, but that's something to plan for. We do attend a 2-day convention in the fall that is just 2 days of master classes with industry leaders from around the country, and it's such an amazing experience for our kids to learn from them. The cost for that is $275. For costumes, again, keep in mind companies have 2 costumes with the exception of prep, and then crews will have 1, but I'll go over those pricing. We like to say that costumes are around $100. We try to stick around that. Crew costumes do tend to be a little bit more money just because tennis shoes, run those prices. So we say around $100 to $150 per costume, but we really do try to be as cost conscious as possible. Company members are also participating in their ballet class that will be performing in the recital, which will be an additional costume charge. They're welcome to opt out of participating in the recital piece, but it is encouraged. And then,
sorry, really quick. Also, you keep your costumes.
Yes.
That is part of the reason that the costs are maybe a little bit higher, is you were able to keep them. And so just wanted to make sure that's clear.
Yeah. And then we have a recital fee of $35 per student. And then we also have an end of year banquet that is $35 per person. It is optional to attend, but it is just like a really fun way to wrap up our season. Each dancer gets an award, and it's really just a celebration of everything that's happened. For pictures, we do 2 different picture days for company kiddos and crew kiddos. In the fall, we do one that's a little bit more artistic, more action shots, and it's going to be a little bit more stylized, not in a costume. And that is scheduled, I think, for October 3rd. TBD on the date though. And then in the spring, we do like our recital picture day where they have all of their costumes, and that one's so much fun. The price for that is going to vary on the package that you pick. There is the option to participate without paying for anything. So you can be in the picture and not have to pay for it. But we really encourage all of our dancers to be in all of the pictures. And then just some things that are not required, but you can do additionally. If you do a solo, duo, or trio, that will increase your competition fees. If your dancer chooses to participate in another rec class that isn't required, that performs in the recital, that will be an additional costume fee. And then we also have additional optional performance opportunities throughout the year. We always try to do a jazz game performance. We are lucky enough to get to work with Odyssey, and we get to perform in their Thriller show. So again, we just try to provide opportunities. They are not required, but they are optional. But that's kind of a price breakdown, and we offer fundraisers throughout the year to try and help subsidize some of these costs, and they are spread out, so it's not like big chunks all at once every month necessarily.
So we're gonna try and not get like way up in the camera, but if anyone who is on the live on Facebook has any questions, happy to answer. I see.
Okay, Crystal, I see.
I can't read that far.
Tiger Lily will probably be like bronze, silver, depending on the kiddos. And then are there competitions in November and December? That is a great question. So our competitions start end of February and they go to May. So basically the end of the recital. And we do have potential comp dates. And those are February 26th and 7th, March 5th and 6th, March 12th and 13th, April 16th, 17th, April 23rd, 24th, and April 30th through May 1st. So you'll notice that there's like a month gap, and that's because we have like 5 different school districts that feed into the studio. So we really try to not interfere with anybody's spring break, but competitions start that like end of February and can potentially go into May, and then we go right into the recital. So yes, that is a springtime thing. We'll kind of give it a second to see if any more questions come through on Facebook. So sorry, Instagram. I don't know what happened. If you have any questions, please reach out to the studio. Our phone number is 801-800-9009, or you can email us at prodigydanceacademyutah@gmail.com. You can call or text us, email us, however you want to get a hold of us. We are happy to answer any questions, and we're just really excited. We have some awesome things planned for this upcoming season. We think it's going to be a great year, and we hope that you guys all come be a part of it.
It's fun. My daughter also dances in the competitions. We love them. It's a great family outing, and it's a really great opportunity that we're lucky enough to be able to share with our dancers. My eyes are
I don't think there's any more questions. So we're gonna let you guys go, but please reach out with any questions, comments, concerns, feelings. We're happy to help navigate all of those things, but thanks guys.